Oh yeah, I didn't see anything about this
On the
robot.
wheel,
Like this for real robot? Like you just be robot and shit.
actually the most futuristic product we've ever seen. This thing is a full-fledged humanoid
5'6", 4 mics, 3 speakers.
robot. 5'6", 66 pounds, 4-hour battery
What
life,
does he do?
self-charging, and it lives in your house. It's finally here. Get your mind out of the gutter. It's for doing chores. It's a housekeeper. It has the same dexterity as a human because it's shaped
Oh my god, we got the truck becoming human coming in too early, huh?
just like a human. Walks around on 2 legs, has 10 fingers.
Uh-huh.
It can fold laundry and put it away for you, or it can do the dishes for you from start to finish and then put everything away. It can go around and water the plants outside or inside on a perfect schedule, and it never forgets a single plant. And then it'll go around and vacuum and tidy up the house if anything gets left out. It always knows where everything is. It can find the TV remote, and it'll basically actively do all the chores that you know you have to do, but you don't actually want to do. And when it's done, it goes back to its little docking spot and charges itself. Imagine going out for the day of work and coming back a few hours later, and everything's done. All the chores are finished every single time, every day.
What? You gonna leave? You going for real? Trust that little ass robot at your crib?
You never have to do chores again. That's amazing. Or maybe let's say you have mobility issues. This thing can sort of act as
Imagine people started hacking to robots, just kill you in your sleep.
a personal assistant in a lot of ways. These are things
They just like fucking hack into your robot, wait until you go to sleep, and then just pull out the robot and stab you to death. That's crazy, bro.
that represent massive value for a lot of people. And it's available to order now.
How much is it?
This is available to order. This feels like it could be the best tech announcement of all time in 2025. Except this isn't real. And I mean that in the most literal way possible. This is not real. First of all, it's a pre-order. So you can go to this website right now and you can pick between 3 colors, and then it's
$20,000.
either $500 a month subscription for a standard delivery, or you can pay a flat $20,000 to own it outright and get priority delivery. Just drop a $200 fully refundable deposit to get in line today, and deliveries in the US start sometime next year. And that's just allegedly. We don't know when it's actually going to ship. Now, to be clear, it's not actually the price that I have a big problem with. Like, I know these numbers seem eye-popping on paper, but this is a first-generation, bleeding-edge humanoid robot assistant. Like, I never thought that this would be cheap, and also there isn't really competition yet. So you got to imagine the target audience is going to be people whose time is worth more than the money they're spending on it. Like, this is for people who the idea of saving a few hours on chores every week so that they can use that time to make more money actually makes logical sense. Like, people really think like that. It's for early adopters. It's for people
Keep vibrating my whole car.
who want to spend however
Hit
much
her
they
with
think
that.
it's worth on this brand new novel thing. That's fine. But my issue with this product is the gap between what it's actually capable of today and what they're promising as they take your money today. Like, I think when people watch a video like this, they expect that this robot has some sort of built-in artificial intelligence that allows it to recognize objects and navigate around on its own and learn your house and be productive for those hours while you're gone.
Yeah.
And that, I think, would be a reasonable thing to get out of watching that video, because that's what it's designed to show. That's what you're supposed to feel. That's the dream.
Yes.
But that's not actually what's happening. So
Right.
Joanna Stern, the legend, she did a video with this Neo robot also this week where the company showed her all of the things that it could do. And turns out 100% of the things that they showed her were remotely controlled by a human in another room wearing a VR headset with controllers. That's not exaggerating. 100% of the stuff they showed her. The carrying things around, the loading up the dishwasher. I mean, look at this thing. Yeah, all of this is teleoperated. And this was a demo.
What about the video? The video showed us he perfectly does. Why is he
Set up by this 1X company. So this is like best case scenario stuff. And I see a lot of people defending this robot online like, oh, no, there's probably other things that it can do autonomously. They just didn't show her yet.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Why wouldn't they?
You don't think they would show her the best stuff that this could do autonomously
Yeah, but wouldn't
to
they?
keep selling the dream? If you watch that keynote video back, to their credit,
Hey, man,
you'll
don't look
notice
at the
that they
robot like
actually
that.
are very careful to label exactly when the robot is doing something autonomously and not teleoperated. And in that whole nearly 10-minute video, there's exactly 2 scenes that have this label. There's the get the door command,
Get the door, please.
where the robot walks over to the door because someone's coming up. It grabs the handle, waits for the guest, and then sort of pulls the door open and fumbles backwards a little bit, kind of like a toddler, to let them inside. And then there's the put away the dishes command, where the robot toddles over to the person, recognizes the harmless, not glass, empty cup in its hand, grabs it.
What is this house? Chad, y'all be living like this?
And then walks away with it.
Where does
Cool.
he go?
No, seriously, that's actually pretty impressive. Even if I could already today unlock the door with my Google Home and a smart lock with just my voice, there is something at least a little bit futuristic about a humanoid robot going to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Part of the dream. It's doing it autonomously. But then that also means that everything else happening in this video and everything else we've ever seen this Neo robot do, we can safely assume is remote controlled. So the gap between what this product can actually do today
Mm-hmm.
and what it can maybe hopefully do someday in the ideal future it is massive. They're massively far apart. And so that's really my main issue.
I thought this shit
There
was
seems
crazy.
to be a
but
bit of a lost art in waiting
it's remotely controlled. Like, what the fuck? It is all janky.
for a tech product to be actually finished before announcing and unveiling it. Like, do you remember when tech companies would unveil a brand new tech product that they've been working on and then do a demo, and then the next slide was like, this thing is going on sale tomorrow or next week or something like that, and that hype would carry right into the buying cycle? You remember that? That was sick. But now, in this age of all of these AI products, it's like there's this thing where you end up selling the dream before you sell the actual product. And that is dangerous. Like, the promise of AI is so huge and so massive and magnificent and awesome, but is also so clearly not done yet that you end up with stuff like the Humane Pin, or even the Rabbit R1, for example, or heck, even Apple Intelligence, where you have these big promises, but the capabilities are still over here, while the promise is all the way over here. And I'm trying to figure out why they do that. And I think really there's 2 main reasons. And believe it or not, I think Tesla self-driving is a really perfect parallel example for a lot of this stuff. See, basically, in order for this robot to be everything people want it to be, they need to develop a super smart AI system that looks through the robot's sensors and is able to learn its environment and recognize everything it's looking at and teach itself to navigate that environment and perform tasks. It has to learn what a laundry room is and what the laundry looks like and how to fold each type of clothing, and it needs to learn what cups and forks and glasses are and how to pick them up. And it has to be adaptable to all these different sizes and shapes and materials and things of all these household objects, so that when the user asks for it to do something, just like, hey, Neo, vacuum the living room when I'm gone, something like that, then Neo can go, okay, I know where the living room is, I know where the vacuum is, I know how to use the vacuum, where the handle's at, like how much battery life I have, how much I need to vacuum the whole living room, I know not to knock over lamps or certain objects in there. And even the laundry folding thing, like just that requires a ton of training data, or at least some way to understand all these different shapes of shirts and jackets and hoods and vests and all sorts of things, and hooks and hangers, and what gets folded, what gets dry cleaned, all these different things, and the list just goes on and on. And like, what if one of the tasks is going and getting the right medication for an elderly person, bringing it to them? That it has to get that right.
Neo robot, go give me some perks. Go to the pharmacy and give me some perks.
Like, it needs to identify the correct medication
Give me some.
at the right time.
Give me
and the
some.
right- right intervals and bringing it to them like that. That is one of a ton of household objects that it has to specifically get really good at.
That's
Now,
it.
in the self-driving car world, no matter what you think of them, Tesla's definitely a leader here, and they've had a pretty clever approach to trying to work on this problem. Because their problem is their robots on wheels need to learn all of these possible variations and ways to navigate situations that could happen on the road and
Yes.
how to get around them. Traffic cones, construction zones, weird lane markings, etc., etc. So, with their millions of cars already on the road, they have slowly, very slowly, let people turn on this beta self-driving feature in small stages in their cars, while instructing people to keep their hands on the wheel, of course, so that they can slowly start to gather information from people willing to beta test. And so those cars will encounter and navigate all sorts of situations for the first time, and then the second time, and then the fifth time, and then the 100th time. And all of this data can go back into the system to help all these cars learn and get better. And now at this point, this is like their primary advantage, is they have millions and millions of miles of training data from people essentially beta testing for Tesla. It's a robotics challenge. It's an AI challenge. But yeah, they're essentially using early adopters to beta test to make the systems better for the eventual masses. And now this home AI robot challenge is essentially the same thing, but in people's homes, which is potentially way more variables. Like, cars have to stick to what's on the road and mostly are operating in a 2D plane. Well, there's obviously different stories. People's houses are crazy different shapes, and there's all sorts of objects in different shapes and types of them, and a million different variables just with household objects. And maybe you could argue that the stakes of self-driving cars are a little higher because of all the safety risks, and, you know, if it messes up, someone could die. Maybe that doesn't happen as often with the home AI robot, but then again, if it gets someone's medication wrong, you know, it's still pretty important. So I think the point here is you don't get to make this awesome, perfect home robot without all of this information. And so they need the training data, and so they go right back to early adopters. So people who press that order now button first and who actually, I guess, get one of these when they start to ship them, will get a robot that can probably do a few simple things autonomously, like opening doors, but there will be many things it can't do. And for that, if you scroll down on their website, you can see there's expert mode, which is when you have something the robot can't yet do, and you schedule one of their teleoperating employees to look through the sensors into your home and do the task. So
what? Telling me I'm gonna give some random ass dude access to my robot?
the robot can learn from it. And this is something that they've pretty directly said that they expect early adopters to be totally cool with. Like, go watch Joanna's video. I'll link it below the like button. She basically grills the CEO about all this stuff, and he's kind of just like, yeah, you know, if you want to be on the bleeding edge of this, like, you know, we'll probably blur faces and maybe let you geo-fence certain areas of your house, but yeah, that'll be one of the things that they allow you to do. So, look, there are certain industries where
The fuck?
pre-ordering something that's not finished yet is actually normal behavior. Like, this happens all the time with smartphones now. This happens in video games. It even happens a bit with cars these days, although sometimes that can even go too far. But now with all these AI products coming out now, it's resulted so many more times in this strategy of they feel like they have to announce the product way before it's done, and they end up putting out this thing that is just nowhere near the dream. And that's how you get, you know, we talked about the humane pin. Doesn't that sound familiar? Like, getting announced with such a high potential ceiling and promising that this could maybe be a post-smartphone world type of gadget. But it was just absolutely not good when it came out. And not enough people were willing to beta test something with that miserable of an experience. And then the Rabbit R1, like I said, that's another one. And, you know, they are surviving and they're improving, but absolutely with those early adopters. But a $20,000, 5'6" humanoid
robot
that wanders around your house and does chores, like, are there really that many people, you think, that are willing to spend that amount of money and know that they're going to have to potentially give up some pretty serious privacy and are basically going to be a beta tester for some unknown number of years to hopefully maybe someday achieve that dream. Some of those
Oh my god, start. Imagine you buy the robot and then you call up the remote control and they'll be like, and when the employee connects, he just sees you naked. You're like, sees you naked. You're like, yeah, do the dishes. And he's just naked. It was like, yeah, go do the dishes. Like,
people are out there, but is there enough of those people? You know, I don't know. I clearly don't know, and I think a lot of other people
butt
don't know.
naked.
There are
Like,
obviously a lot of
go do the dishes.
potential downsides to this robot. You know, it's too small and weak to carry anything super heavy. It's also too slow and a bit too clumsy, it looks like, to do anything really serious. And it requires inviting a ton of remote viewable cameras and microphones into your house. And it could also fall over and have a hard time getting up. And also, just like the self-driving car, there are a number of situations where the robot getting enough things wrong could be dangerous. Like even like just the medication stuff that I talked about earlier, or even it just clumsily dropping something made of
Why would you send a robot to get you medication?
glass or any other various potentially dangerous household situation. And also, I'm not even sure it has to be human-shaped, but that's another argument for another video. But the upside, clearly, is the dream. Like Rosie the
This motherfucker just hit a 6-7.
video. But the upside, clearly, is the dream. Like Rosie the robot from the Jetsons type of dream.
Oh, yeah.
A personal assistant that seamlessly goes around your house and quietly does all the stuff that you don't want to do, and does it better and faster as time goes on, and does it in quiet hours of the night. The point is, this is the new AI promise problem that we have. It's not just this product and this company. This is, you know, the most visible one on all our timelines right now, but it's like all these AI products are promising the world way before they have a product that's ready to actually show anyone and take money for it. And theoretically, this is what we want AI to do, right? It's not just like AI generated videos and slop and random copyright infringement. Like, we want it to be doing actually useful, productive stuff. That's not the issue. It's just the gap.
Mm-hmm.
The gap, that's the issue.
Gap.
And closing that gap is so hard. And, this is one of the obvious examples. Like, the people that would benefit most from the ideal version of this robot, like the elderly or people with disabilities, are the least likely to become early adopters. So it's tough. I can actually applaud them for showing everything that they did to Joanna in that video. Fun fact, they actually reached out to me 10 months ago in January from a random Gmail address offering to do a sponsored video. I didn't respond. I didn't think it was anywhere close to real or worth doing a video or talking about, but we'll see how this ages. Like, we might look back at this in 12 months and everyone everywhere is shipping great AI products and humanoid robots, and it's all a dream, and I look like an idiot. In which case, great. We made it through that gap somehow. But history seems to be suggesting that I'll probably be...
What the fuck? This is crazy. Next time it's gonna be good. Next time it's gonna be good. But yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Okay. Oh yeah, y'all peep the Chrome? Hold on, no. Before we dip. Oh wait, forgot YouTube. YouTube hates this song. I hope it doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. Yo, fuck YouTube, bro.
I just wanna be with you tonight. Like, please, I'm a player, yeah, it's true. But I changed the game for you. See what it do.